Good evening and a warm welcome to the joint meeting of South Delhi Toastmaster Club and from India and Gulshan Toastmaster Club from Bangladesh. I, Toastmaster Amit, as acting Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting, warmly welcome you in this joint meeting. Let's start with the Toastmaster International Mission. At Toastmaster, we provide sportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. There are few ground rules for the meeting, so please ensure that adhere with this rule. Number one, please take 10 seconds to put your mobile phone on silent mode. Please ensure that you put your mobile phone on silent mode or switch off. Number two, at Toastmaster, we do not speak about sex, politics, and religion. Hence, it is recommended that please do not speak about these topics in an offensive manner. Number third, please keep your camera switch on mode so that we can make meeting more lively, and keep your mic mute, and you have to unmute once you get your chance to speak. And please keep a pen and paper handy with yourself to note down the learning from the meeting. With that, I would like to call one of the enthusiastic Toastmaster and most energetic person to whom I met few weeks ago. I would love to call him on the virtual podium to take it forward and share his thought. So over to you, Toastmaster Abdul Kalam Azad, President of Gulshan Toastmaster Club. Toastmaster Azad, virtual podium is yours.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
A bunch of thanks, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Amit Kumar, for your lovely start and warm welcome to me. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, very good evening and warm welcome to our joint meeting of Gulshan Toastmasters Club from Bangladesh and South Delhi Toastmasters Club from India. Can we hear a thunder sound of applause by everyone present here? I'm really excited and feel honored to speak up in front of you, especially fellow Toastmasters and friends from India. Our today's meeting will be set as an example of great collaboration, friendship, and brotherhood between two vibrant and promising clubs from two different countries. We are the Toastmasters. We have no boundaries. As a nation, as a country, we are divided by boundaries, but we are united by Toastmasters. Beauty and strength lies in diversity. We all are here from diverse educational, professional, cultural, and regional backgrounds. There are a huge opportunity to learn from each other and grow together. Toastmasters International present us this unique platform where all aspiring leaders across the world come under the one roof. Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. At present, there are more than 3 lakh members under near about 15,800 clubs in 149 countries. Since 1924, Toastmasters International has helped people from diverse backgrounds become more confident speaker, competent communicator, and confident leader. South Delhi Toastmasters Club has been showing its outstanding performances and achieved a lot of accolades from Toastmasters International since its inception in 1st February 2006. And Gulshan Toastmasters Club has already been recognized as a very promising and vibrant club, not only in Bangladesh, but also in District 41 by showing its ongoing improvement in every aspect of club activities since its inception on 28 June 2019. All of you will be pleased to know that both Gulshan Toastmasters Club and South Delhi Toastmasters Club have achieved Rising Star Silver Award recently. Please put your hands together again, both clubs. Our today's grand meeting will be marked as a success by power-packed performance of role players, learning lessons from amazing speakers, and insightful as well as constructive feedback from evaluators, and exciting table topic session by Atushi Kapoor. My heartfelt thanks goes to South Delhi Toastmasters Club, especially President Nimit Pradhan and VP at Omit Kumar and all role players, as well as to all role players and members of Gulshan Toastmasters Club who made this grand meeting possible by their tremendous effort behind the screen. We will end our meeting at 9:30 p.m., but I believe that every participant will leave the meeting with an everlasting sweet memories of huge learning and unforgettable performances by role players and speakers to inspire you to do your best to conquer your fear of public speaking and to polish your communication skill as well as your leadership skill. Now it is time to hand over the control of meeting who lead the meeting forward. She is not only an architect, but also a mother of two beautiful sons and one beautiful girl. She is enlightening her surroundings, not only with her beauty, but also with her leadership style, with her commitment and dedication to her work and to work her goals. At present, he is working as a managing director of a renowned group in Bangladesh named Infinity Group. And currently, he is serving as a treasurer of Gulshan Toastmasters Club. She is none other than Toastmaster Sharmin after Shumi. Please put your hands together to welcome him on this virtual stage to take the meeting forward.
Scientia potentia et, or knowledge is power, is a Latin aphorism most commonly attributed to 16th century philosopher Francis Bacon. This phrase has existed in various versions across cultures and across times. Earlier versions of the phrase date back to the 10th century, such as in the Nas al-Balagha. Surprised? Knowledge is power and it can command obedience. Isn't it interesting? Or the verse of the Persian poet Ferdowsi. Have we heard about him? Capable is who is wise. Knowledge is power. It's free, it's renewable. There's no limit to sharing it. It's interesting. It can be taken from you, cannot be taken from you. It's the best silver lining. It liberates us. Knowledge gives us the ability to survive and thrive in the world. This is freedom, and you cannot have real power without freedom. More knowledge makes us better able to make decisions, as well as to decide the logical and critical grounds on which we want to be making our decisions. Knowledge helps us to make better choices. We respect ourselves more when we make better choices. And when we respect ourselves more, we want to continue to make better choices. This cycle is very powerful. So Knowledge is a treasure, but when? Only when we practice it and apply it. Practice is the key to it. So our today's theme is knowledge is power and practice is the key to it. It's said by the famous philosopher Lao Tzu. Do you agree wholeheartedly with this quote? Knowledge is something that once gained can be lost in bits and pieces, like a bucket with a small unseen hole that slowly drips out. The stopper to the hole is practice, or as Thomas Fuller says, the key. There are so many things I remember learning, like the trigonometry, the algebra, that I'm sure if I took the time to really look at it, it might come back to me. But for the most part, it dripped away over the years. Seeing my daughter's homework is a shocker to me because I know I used to know it much better than I do today. This quote helps remind us that if we learn something and gain knowledge and want to keep the knowledge, we need to either practice, share with others, or find other way of keeping it fresh and relevant. And Toastmaster is a vital place where we can gather knowledge, apply them, practice them, transform ourselves into potential leaders. This is a place where leaders are made. Fellow Toastmaster from South Delhi Toastmaster Club and Gulshan Toastmaster Club, and dear guests. It's my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the Toastmasters Club. For the benefit of the guests, I would like to explain the structure of the meeting. The meeting is divided into 3 rounds. The first is the prepared speech round, where members will be delivering speeches based on the projects and the parts they have been that they have chosen. The second part of the session is the table topic round, where members can practice thinking and speaking on their feet. This round is also known as the impromptu speech section. Guests are welcome to participate in this round as well. The third and the final part is the evaluation round, in which all the prepared speeches as well as other aspects of the session will be evaluated by the general evaluator and his or her team. So now I would request the general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Ujasaya Agarwal, to introduce himself and his team. Toastmaster Ujasaya Agarwal from South Delhi Toastmaster Club.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharmin. Hello, everyone. I would like to start by saying that good is not good enough if it can be made better, and better is not better if it can be made best. And as the general evaluator, I will be evaluating all the role players who are not evaluated and help them to be their best. And to help me with my role, I have a team of auxiliary role players. So first, let me call the timer of today's meeting, who will provide us with the knowledge of how much time we have properly utilized. Toastmaster Utkarsh, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jasya. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My job, my role as a timer is to time each and every speaker. I'll make sure that the meeting is conducted in a timely manner. I'll be timing the prepared speakers. So the prepared speakers will get a total time of 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow, and 7 minutes are the red card. I will also be timing the evaluators, being the individual evaluators and the general evaluator. The individual evaluator will get time of 5 to 7 minutes. I'll show green card at 5 minutes, yellow at 6, at 7 at red. For the general evaluator, he will get 2 to 3 minutes to present his report. For the auxiliary role players, for the introduction, they will get 1 to 2 minutes, and for their report, they'll get 2 to 3 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show green, 1.5 yellow, and 2 minutes red. And for the 2 to 3 minutes, I'll show at 2 minutes I'll green, 2.5 yellow, and 3 minutes at red. For the table topic session, the total session is comprised of 15 minutes, and for each table topic speaker, he will get a total of 2.5. At 1.1 minute, I'll show the green card, 1.5 the yellow, and 2 minutes at the red card. And at the 2.5, the table topic speaker will be disqualified. And few other roles as well. For the sergeant at arms, for the president, and for the table topic master, I will be also timing, and I'll be also timing myself as an auxiliary role player. I would request each and every person, each and every speaker to be on time so that they're not disqualified. And before each voting, I will confirm that each speaker, each role player is qualified or not. All the best to each and every speaker. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Jasya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh, in explaining the timings of different sections of the meeting. Now, I would like to call the R counter for today's meeting, Toastmaster Ranju. Over to you, Toastmaster Ranju.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear friends. Today, I'm going to play the role of R counter. The purpose of the R counter is to note any overused words or filler sounds used by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words like inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, and you know, and sounds such as or As a counter, my responsibility is to take note of these words, sounds, and any repetitive words during the speech which can hinder the flow of speech. When called upon, I will share the report with General Evaluator. Thank you. Over to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranju. Now, I would like to call the grammarian of today's meeting who will provide us with the knowledge of grammar and word of the day and idiom of the day. Toastmaster Payal, over to you.
Oh, Jasya, Payal is facing some problem with her logging in. Can you call somebody else? And because she has just accepted the invite, and then we can take over grammarian.
Okay, so after grammarian, do we have a listener?
No, we have not. We haven't listened today. So, Ojasa, you can use the role of grammarian, and then she will add the word and idiom in the text in the chat box.
Yes, sure. So, as a grammarian, the role of the grammarian requires that he or she will be helping the members of the club or the speakers and other role players to speak correctly, to speak correct grammar. Also, the other role of the grammarian is to introduce the club of the word of the day and idiom of the day. So the word of the day is daunting, which means a difficult task, and idiom of the day is Yes, and idiom of the day, hit the nail on the head. So let me give you an example of hit the nail on the head. So for example, I think Anwar hit the nail on the head when he said that what's lacking in this company is a feeling of confidence. I think Anwar hit the nail on the head when he said that what's lacking in this company is a feeling of confidence. Similarly, I would like to give you an example of daunting. The final, however, was a more daunting prospect. That was all from me. Over to you, Toastmaster Sharmin.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ojasaya Agarwal. Now we will just go to Joke Master Megha to bring some deal to the program. I'm requesting Joke Master Megha to just place her show.
Thank you, TMOD Toastmaster Sharmin. Hello, good evening to all members of both the clubs and our dear guests. I'm not sure how many of you have asked for this joke master role ever in any meeting. I did that. Yes, I had to plead in front of VP Education to get this role, with the hope of getting an easy role this time. And let me tell you, I was wrong. Yes, I was wrong. It did not go that way. I had to spend almost double preparation time for this role, this joke master's role. Yes, it's only when I started writing for this role did I realize that I had jumped at the deep end of a pole with my hands tied behind my back. I realized it's not that easy as I thought it would be. What if no one laughs at me? And while I was so stressed about my role, I received an epic forward message on my WhatsApp that made me smile. Let me share that with you all. It is a conversation going on between two friends. First one says, "Dude, I'm so sorry to hear about your wife's death. But how come you married her sister herself?" The friend says, "Bro, I don't have the strength to cope with a new mother-in-law." Thank you, and over to you, TMOD Sharmin.
Thank you, Jokmaster Megha, for your own make it vibrant, make jail to this session. Thank you so much. Now we will just jump into our prepared session, prepared speech session. So our first prepared speaker one is Toastmaster Kaji Nafiz Mosharraf. And Toastmaster Kaji Nafiz Mosharraf is the past president of Gulshan Toastmaster Club. He works as AGM Project Self in Energy Pack in Engineering Limited. He is the CGD Dhaka Division V and IPP Gulshan. Oh, immediate past president, I told already, Gulshan Toastmaster Club. And his evaluator is going to be Toastmaster Abu Sadab from South Delhi Toastmaster Club. So I would request Toastmaster Abu Sadab to explain the project and pathways of Toastmaster Kaji Nafiz Mosharraf. Toastmaster Abu Sadab.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharmin. You are doing such a fantastic job. Megha, what a wonderful joke. Ahmed, great start. AK Azad, wonderful thing. Let's kickstart a very important part, that is our prepared speech. We have an amazing speaker. His name is TM Kazi Nafiz Mosharraf, and he will be delivering a wonderful speech. The purpose of the speech is for the participants. Purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. The speech title is Wearing Multiple Hats. We wish TM Kazi Nafiz Mosharraf all the best. Over to you, TMOD Sharmin.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Abu Sadab. Now we will just move on to the prepared speech one by Toastmaster Kaji Nafiz Mosharraf.
Thank you. When I reminiscent my sales experience and project experience, I could understand without knowing that leadership style I followed. So I will share with you. Would you like to hear? Thank you. So before that, I gave my brief introduction. I work at Energy Pack Engineering Limited. It's a renowned electrical solution provider of Bangladesh. And we manufacture the type-tested product, cast resin transformer and busbar trunking system. So you may ask that what is type-tested? It is like if someone says that Rohim is good at English and Karim got 8 on IELTS. So what you will believe? Obviously, who got IELTS 8. So the same thing happens when we are just participating in tenders. So they ask for the type test report. So I will share with you 3 situations, and I will ask you that what leadership style did I follow? So please pay heed what I say so that you can hit the nail of the head. Hit the head of the nail. It's very tricky. Okay. Now, so I participated Hotel Intercontinental project. It's an international tender. So we quoted our product along with Siemens, Schneider, ABB products. And also during negotiation, we collaboratively discussed with the consultant and we became the lowest. And as you know that if you became the lowest with complying the specification, so you got the tender. So right you are, we got the tender. So what do you think that what leadership style did we follow? Anyone within 5 seconds?
Democratic.
Okay. Yes.
Non-violence and satyagraha.
So it's all about innovating leadership. Because we innovate, we gave our product as alternative. So it's an innovative idea. We just invited the collaborative discussion with our consultant to convince them that our product is at par with international brand and is effective for complex project. So we got the tender. Now the real challenge came, that the project management. So when we are talking about the project management, you need to have the materials delivery on time. So we have 2 aspects. First one is cost effectiveness, because if you did not get the cost right, your profit will be eaten away. So we sourced our cables from India and we got very competitive price. But what about if there is any problem from production, transportation, clearance of cables from India? So we got a provision to purchase the cables from Bangladesh also. So we made 2 criteria. First one is cost effectiveness, which we got from India. And the second one is on-time delivery that we got from Bangladesh. So what do you think that what leadership style we followed here? And within 5 seconds?
Collaborative style.
Yes, you are right. But it's all about democratic leadership style. Because, thank you, my evaluator Abu Shadab. So it's a collaborative style because we have a team of people from supply chain management and project management, and we consensuously took the decision. So that is, and we invite the ideas from team members, and that is called democratic leadership. So our project was going smoothly. But what do you know that, when the project is near to end, the problem arises. Our project manager left the project. So what would happen then when a project manager left the project? So I gave a proposal to my management that what if we could employ or appoint our design engineer, who is also a senior engineer. He could take the project forward. The management welcomed the decision, but our design engineer was hesitant that whether he could take the role, and we motivated him, and at the end he took the role. And what do you think that what leadership style I followed or we followed? It is coaching, because Mr. Aziz, who was a design engineer, did not reach his potential. So we challenged him. By what? By motivating, by inspiring to reach his potential. And that is called coaching. So in our life, I mean, in this project, I could understand that the project in sales phase, we took the innovative leadership style. In SCM, we took democratic leadership style. And when we are in a daunting situation that our project manager, left the job, we took coaching leadership style. So whatever in our life, we may face different situation, different people. So we need to wear multiple hats. We need to change our leadership style according to the demand and demand of the people. So when I completed my survey, I got it authoritative. So is there anywhere you got the authoritative leadership style? Nowhere. But here you are willingly, unwillingly listen to my lecture or speech, whatever you can say, and that is authoritative. So that's all about my learning from understanding my leadership style. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Kaji Nafis Mosharraf, for your wonderful speech. Now, I would request everyone to give your valuable feedback in personal message to Toastmaster Kaji Nafis Mosharraf. You are allowed for only 30 seconds. Please place your valuable feedback for Toastmaster Kaji Nafis Mosharraf. I think we are done. Okay, now our second speaker is Toastmaster I.C. Pandey from South Delhi Toastmaster Club. He is a mechanical engineer and he has done his MBA in operation management. He's now working as a senior manager at Usha Group and Shriram Piatans and Rings Limited. This is his first speech, and I am requesting his evaluator, Toastmaster Kamrul Hassan from Gulshan Toastmaster Club, to tell us about his topic, title, and his pathways and levels and other things. Toastmaster Kamrul Hassan is past secretary of Gulshan Toastmaster Club. He is AGM of renowned merchandising company in Dhaka, Bangladesh. So, evaluator Toastmaster Kamrul Hassan.
Thank you and very good evening. Tumor Sharmin Shumi, Shumi. Yes, my speaker is IC Pandey. IC Pandey, his pathway is presentation mastery, level 1, project 1. And his speech title is Altitude Depends on Attitude. Altitude depends on attitude. The purpose and the object of this project to give any space on any topic and take the feedback, and on the next level, on next speech, incorporate the feedback. So I wish all the best, IC Pandey, and welcome to the virtual stage, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sharmin. My topic is altitude depends on attitude. So what is attitude? Yeah, attitude is a psychological posture in which we evaluate a situation, things or entities with some degree of acceptance, rejection, or in doubt in our mind. So attitude sits deeply in our subconscious mind and it's hidden, it's invisible for others. And it influences our behavior and it strongly influence and impact our growth of life. William James of Harvard, the father of American psychology, said, the greatest discovery of my generation is human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitude. So attitude is such important and it's only this outcome only visible in the terms of subconscious mind, only it's in a 10%, we can see that the behavior. The rest in the subconscious mind, it contributes 90%. The functions of the subconscious mind, it's the long-term memory and the developmental stages and the creativity, everything belongs in the subconscious mind. Then what makes our life 100%? Whether it's a skill or it's a knowledge or it's a hard work or whether it's attitude. When we assign a numerical value to all the English alphabet from 1 to 26, when we add it, the skill will give 82%, and the knowledge will give 96%, and the hard work which gives 98%, and the attitude which gives 100%. Is it that attitude is so important? Yes, the attitude can make or break our lives. With a positive attitude, our life becomes more meaningful and entertainable. With a negative attitude, we will end up with a mess with a problem. Now, if the attitude is so important, it is such a thing we can make our life, it elevate our life in a higher, different altitude than how the attitudes are formed. We might have heard about some people saying that they are leaders, the great leaders are born leaders, born talented. So show your hand, how many of you believe that the leaders are born? I just within 2-3 seconds. So how many of you believe that the leaders are born with the talent? So most of the people there cultivate the talent and the knowledge from after the born. Only babies are born on planet Earth. So how the attitude is formed in two ways. One is the personal experience, others from the social learning. The personal experience, where we took birth, which environment we are growing, and what is education we are giving, and what is the experience we are gaining. From these three aspects, we learn the attitude. And the second is the social learning. The social setup also teach some attitude. And if the attitudes, they are having positive attitude and the second negative attitude. The positive attitude, how they take the life. They believe that the life is worth living, and we can make the world a better place to live, and they move in a confident manner. We can see easily their confidence in their behavior, their action, and their speech, in their body language. In the other hand, if the negative people will think that the life is full of miseries and sorrows, they feel that they defeated at all the time, and they feel that there is nothing going around the world is good for them. So the attitude, the positive attitude people, they believe that they cultivate the habit, then they move ahead. They accept the responsibility, whatever they are believer, they will accept the responsibility for who I am, for what I have, for what I do. Everything they take the responsibility of themselves, they won't depend upon others. With positive mental attitude, they approach. Now, the billion-dollar question is how the attitude is formed. If everybody's are born with in the same things, with the same talent, with the same condition, then how the attitudes are born we can build. The attitudes are created from the thought process. It is the first step to start with the journey. When Robin Sharma rightly mentioned the monk who sold his Ferrari, every adult having more than 65 thoughts in his mind, it flows per day. So the attitude starts from the thought. So when we change our thought, we change our beliefs. With the change in our beliefs, we change our expectation. With the change our expectation, we change our attitude. With the change in our attitude, we change our behavior. Once we change our behavior, it changes our performance. Once we change the performance, the world, the life will become more beautiful to live, and it will elevate our a higher level. Then I can share my example, how I overcome with a positive attitude in two different cases. In one of the case, after completing my 12th standard, I joined in a college for studying BSc chemistry. So till the time I was studying in my mother tongue in Tamil, then I have to write in a college, I have to write in English. The first internal term came, I couldn't able to score. I got only 7 marks. So the lecturer said, if you are not able to cope up, then you can change any department. There you can do it. You are right in your mother tongue. But I take it that criticism is an opportunity with positive attitude. Then immediately I went and joined in a tuition. The second internal, I could score good mark. So the criticism, if you have a positive attitude, even the criticism and the failure, you can see as an opportunity to elevate. So the life is all about 10% what we get. The 90% is how we react to that. So if we cultivate the positive attitude, our life will grow, the altitude will go up to the sky level. Thank you so much, and over to you, TMOD.
You are muted, TMOD.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster IC Pandey, for your wonderful presentation. Now, I would request all participants to place your feedback on personal chat to Toastmaster IC Pandey. I will allow you 30 seconds for your feedback. Okay. Now we will pass on to our third speech. Now our participant is Toastmaster Abul Kalam Azad from Gulshan Toastmaster Club, Dhaka. So Toastmaster Abul Kalam Azad is the dynamic president of Gulshan Toastmaster Club. He is a generous person. He is a charismatic person, has a charismatic personality, and very dedicated in his responsibility. And in a professional life, he is a banker of a reputed government bank of Bangladesh. And his evaluator is the Honorable President from South Delhi Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Nimit. And I'm requesting him to explain us about the topic and the pathways and the levels of Toastmaster Abul Kalam Azad. Toastmaster Nimit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharmin. The speaker will deliver his speech from Pathways Presentation Mastery, Level 3. The project is Understanding Your Vocal Variety. The purpose statement is as follows. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice using vocal variety to enhance her speech. I wish the speaker all the very best. Over to you.
Toastmaster Abul Kalam Azad. You can start, please.
Climbing mountain or a hill is very easy task. What do you think? Is it really easy or challenging?
Challenging.
Or how many have
challenging.
you?
So challenging.
Yes, how many have you have the experience to climb mountain or hill? Yes, Abu Shadab and Ajat Singh and also IC Pandit. Yes, but I found that climbing down the mountain is very tough than climb up the mountain. Are we agree with me?
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay. Let me take you back. In May 2016, I, along with my wife, 3-year-old boy, and my brother-in-law, Muhammad Ashraful, flew to Kashmir to explore the beauty of the heaven on earth. A tranquil place that is encompassed by lakes and glaciers and mesmerizing lush green valleys. We are driving through the picturesque road of Srinagar to Leh. The road lays on the slope of the mountain, and on the right side of our road, mountains after mountains after mountains. And on the left side, a long down slope ended by touching the green valley where the mighty river Sindhu is flowing. Having a panoramic view of lofty snow-covered Himalayan peaks under the crystal clear bluish sky made us felt that we were driving in the heaven. We stopped our car to see the scenic beauty of a portion of glacier that laid on the mountain slope. It started from the peak of the mountain and ended at the roadside. Some tourists were cheering with joy after reaching 200 feet above of our road to a certain plain area. And I observed that some tourists were climbing to reach on the top area. It was really alluring and exciting to climb the mountain. So me and my brother-in-law decided to climb. We started climb the icy snowy mountain. We climbed 50 feet very easily. But after 50 feet, I found that it was very challenging and dangerous to climb more. So I stopped and I was thinking whether I climbed more or not. But my brother-in-law Ashraful cheered up me. And so we started again. But after 20 feet climbing, I heard the panic voice of Ashraful. Brother, I am falling, save me. Brother, I am falling, save me. Suddenly, I looked back and caught his hand. And then I caught his waist belt to protect him from falling down. But I couldn't to protect him falling down with me. I observed that when Ashraful trying to step on the icy surface seemed to be broken down, and that leads to falling down him. The icy surface is not strong enough to carry 85 kg weight of Ashraful, but it was strong enough to carry my 65 kg weight. It was one of the toughest moments in my life. It is time to take the decision whether I leave the waist belt of Ashraful and let him fall down alone, or hold firmly his waist belt and let me allow fall down with him and embraced a severe injury, even a death. So I tried to connect myself with me, and I tried to concentrate in me and shifted my all focus in one point to find out the way to escape falling down. Suddenly, I started hit hard on the icy surface with my leg again and again so that I can create holes where I could put my both legs in those holes. That gives me full energy to stand firmly and to protect Ashraful. And I request Ashraful to do the same. Believe me, it worked. Finally, we managed to escape falling down. But we couldn't move down further. I found that the 85 kg boy was very panicked, nervous, and exhausted to move further. I said, Ashraful, just believe in you. You can. And tried your best. Don't focus down on the road. Just focus on your every step so that you can avoid making step on slippery, uneven, or fragile surface. And it started works again. Finally, we descended from the icy hill to the road. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, our life journey can be compared with climbing a mountain. It also symbolizes the ups and downs of our lives. It is a journey to the top, a race of motivation, passion, and strength. When we are on the way to achieve something great, sometimes we stuck in the middle, we fail to move forward more. We might be failed again and again to the way to accomplish our great goals. Most of the times we give in, we quit ourselves from the track of glorious journey. But we should try again and again with learnings from every failure, every mistakes in our life and to move forward with more power and more courage. Because our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abul Kalam Azad, for your wonderful presentation. Now, we will just give our valuable feedback in the personal chat of Toastmaster Abul Kalam Azad. We'll get 30 seconds for this. We are done, I think. So our next speaker is our last prepared speech speaker, Toastmaster Shamir Rawat from South Delhi Toastmaster Club. He is the project manager of a organization, and he had been with Toastmasters for over 2 years. And his hobbies include gardening, swimming, and painting. And for his speech, the Honorable Evaluator is Toastmaster Masudur Rahman, who is performing the role of secretary for Gulshan Toastmaster Club, Dhaka. And I'm requesting the evaluator to tell us about the title and the pathway and levels and all regarding speaker number 4, Toastmaster Masudur Rahman.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Shumi. Good evening to all. What a wonderful meeting is going on. Yes, Toastmaster Shamir Rawat, he will be delivering his speech, Innovative Planning, Level 3, Elective Project 2, Deliver a Social Speech. His speech title is Small, Great Steps. And the purpose of this project is for the member to practice delivering social speeches in front of club members. I would like to kind attention to Toastmaster Shamir Rawat. Your time is allocated for 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck, Toastmaster Samir Rawat. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Evaluator Toastmaster Masudur Rahman. Now I am inviting Toastmaster Samir Rawat for presenting his speech. Toastmaster Samir Rawat.
Thank you so much, TM Odi. For all of us, I believe childhood perhaps is the best time of our life. For me, not very different. For me, it was, yes, the best time, but not all of it. Maybe some parts of it, but then some part of it was probably not. And today we will look into why some part of it was not. So 45 minutes of the tiffin break that I could get in school were the most electrifying 45 minutes in the school that I used to have. After those 45 minutes were over, I would come back to my seat and have my lunch. And the school monitor, who was Aarti Didi at that point, would come up to my seat and ask me, "Did you eat your lunch?" And to which I would blatantly lie, saying, yes, I did. I couldn't fool her. She knew that I was not saying the truth. She would fish inside my bag, take out my tiffin, and one fine day when she did that, what she saw inside the tiffin shocked her. She opened up the tiffin and she was greeted with some fish tikkas made out of some local fish. Now, it is important to tell you that Aarti Didi was in fact Aarti Jain. And what that means is she was vegetarian throughout her life. She had never seen such kind of food. And she ran out of the class without even uttering a word. And I did not know what happened. I was a kid back then. And today, when I think in retrospect, I then realize what she must have gone through that day. And that news spread very quickly across the school. And in a school that I was studying in, predominantly housed by Banyas and Jainis, and these are these are religions and cultures who are very, very vegetarian oriented. So they don't eat meat as much, or in fact, they do not do that. But now this was an intermix, the school that I was in. And hence, a good majority of my friends, in fact, started ostracizing me. And all of them were kids. They really did not understand what it was and what it meant. But for me, that then became a challenge, because every day then when I had to eat my lunch, I would kind of go inside a storeroom or some other place in seclusion and finish my lunch as fast as I could, taking as big gulps as I can. And as to avoid eating it in the classroom. And soon this almost became kind of a game for me. So what I used to do is there was this tiffin bell, and then I'd go to the storeroom, eat in seclusion, and every single day this started happening. Tiffin bell, storeroom, tiffin bell, storeroom. And at one point in time, it almost started feeling as if this was a cricket match going behind my head. And I used to almost feel that commentary going on. And it used to go something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this amazing match of cricket wherein Toastmaster Samir is at the batting end. He is right there, pumped up to hit the ball outside the park. The one that has come to him is what he's struck. It is up high in the sky and he is given it all to him. Will he pass the fence and will he move over to the storeroom or not? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, indeed, he's made it. He has moved over to the storeroom. It used to feel like this, but behind me, I was losing confidence, because once you're ostracized from your friends, you don't really feel like being in school as much then. I was losing my self-esteem. And that very same year, I flunked my class. And because I wasn't feeling as much going to school anymore, so I had to shift my school as well. Time went by, I went ahead with my other classes. When I completed my boards, that is the 10th, then I moved over to Bhubaneswar to pursue my higher education. And one fine day, while I was in the cafeteria, there walked in this thin, tall guy named Ankit. Now again, Ankit was someone who was a vegetarian throughout his life. Unfortunately, that fine day when we were having food in the school cafeteria, he chewed into something that was a little harder than a normal soybean. And then he realized, oh, he'd actually bitten into something which was mutton instead of soybean. He was shocked. He was shocked. And everyone around him was laughing. And believe you me, today I want to confess that even I was one of those. I was also laughing at that point. I was a teenager back then. But today, when I think in retrospect, I feel sad, but I was laughing back then. But things for Ankit did not change very quickly. After that, a few months later, Ankit's roommate committed suicide. And he was shattered. He did not know what to do. Anyways, he wasn't feeling as good there. And now this. The management decided to move him to my room because I did not have any roommate back then. And he moved into my room. And I never had too much of liking towards him, to be honest, at that point. So I used to be a little rude, maybe at times, not as considerate for what had happened to him. And as time passed, I realized that he was very different from what I was. We were completely different people. But the fact is, he was different in a fascinating way. He was very disciplined. He was very good with his words. He was very polite. And all this while, I don't know, I had some grudge with him for no reason, just because maybe something I'd gone through during my childhood, and I was holding that grudge onto myself. And then I questioned myself. How am I different? How am I not doing the same thing that I have been a victim of, supposedly? Supposedly, I have been a victim of that throughout my life. And now I'm doing the same thing to someone else. How am I any different? And in fact, they were kids back then. I am still a teenager. I have more maturity. And that day I decided that, you know what? I should not be doing this. In fact, that should not be the approach at all. We should not be distinguishing people on the basis of religion, caste, creed, and color. And that is when I decided, no, it's time to change. We already have a lot of lines dividing us. We need to make some of those lines vanish. And with that, I will leave you for today. Thank you so much. Back to the Toastmasters. I'm done if
Thank
it wasn't
you.
clear.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Toastmaster Shamir Rawat, for your such an engaging speech. Thank you so much. So I would request everyone to allow him feedback in his personal chat. We'll get 30 seconds for this. Thank you. Now I'll be calling the timer to present his timing report for the prepared speech session.
Everybody is qualified.
Everybody is qualified. That's wonderful. Congratulations, everyone. And now I'll be requesting the tech master to present us the voting roll for everyone so that we can vote for the prepared speech session participants.
Please only vote for the first one. I am taking off the best anchor one. So only for best speaker. So we have got 4 votes, 4 nominations, people. It's very easy to vote. Just go and click. Done.
Abu, we cannot submit it unless and until you answer the second one.
We cannot submit.
Right. Abu cannot submit.
Oh yes, there are some people who have been made as the co-host. So Namit, you are one of the co-hosts. So I'll quickly remove that.
So I think everybody can submit the second answer. I mean, they can click on anything, but it won't be counted.
No, I'm getting the votes here. The second one,
I'm not able to submit.
We are not able to submit. Once we submit,
I think I think we are able to submit only if we press on the 2, best speaker and best anchor.
I see.
We have to answer both at the same point of time. That's only
So
when the
can
submit
we
tab is open.
Yeah, sorry. So can we vote it after the program together, or can we?
So what I'm going to do right now is I would request you to please vote for best speaker and best anchor, but I'll have best anchor once again.
Okay.
Yes,
then.
it will be fine.
So can we move into our next session, table topic session?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so table topic session, or the most challenging one, and where everyone can participate. To provide us with the challenge for today's table topic round, we have our table topic masters. We will be conducting the session today. That is Toastmaster Arushi Kapoor. She is from South Delhi Toastmaster Club, and she is a yoga trainer, and she is a certified yoga trainer and certified public accountant. She enjoys traveling and gardening. And so I am calling upon the beautiful Arushi Kapoor to hold the Toastmaster table topic master role. Thank you, Arushi Kapoor.
Thank you, Sharmin. You're doing an excellent job, and you're doing it with a smile, and it's brightening up the meeting. So hello, everybody. I'm your table topic master. So when was the last good time? When was the best time to start speaking? The answer to that is yesterday. But when is the second best time? That is today and right now in the table topic section. So I would encourage all the Toastmasters from both the clubs as well as guests who are new to our meeting to also volunteer and participate in the table topic section today. So I am your table topic master, and so table topics are basically not to see how fluent you are in your communication skills, or it's not a make or break for your ongoing or upcoming speaking career. It's just an opportunity for you to express yourself and how you can think on your feet. So it helps you build on developing critical thinking skills, as well as it's just something that gives you a platform to share your thoughts. So with that, I would encourage everybody to vote, volunteer to participate in the table topic section today. Just to reiterate what the timer specified, timing for every speaker would be 1 to 2 minutes. Anybody going below 1 minute, speaking below 1 minute or beyond 2 minutes, 30 seconds would be disqualified. So just keep that in mind while answering. And do we have Any nominations? So the first one is Abu. All right, Abu Shadab, here is your topic for the day. Tell us something that lights up your life every day. Toastmaster Abu Shadab, tell us something that lights up your life every day. Toastmaster Abu Shadab.
Thank you so much, Arushi. Something that lights up my day every day is definitely going to the gym. You know, it has been a sanctuary for me just to go there, give my best, irrespective of whatever form it is, be it boxing, be it yoga, be it dance, and now the recent one, swimming. One of the reasons why I love this is because every day I get an opportunity to be a better version. I was listening to Arnold, and I was absolutely thrilled by what Arnold had to say. As we all know, Arnold has the best body, best physique the world has ever seen. And the other part, another amazing part was whenever he used to work out, he always used to have a big smile on his face. So one of the journalists happened to ask him, you know, I see a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of people who are into fitness, but when they are working out, they have this grin and they are so serious and they look so aggressive. But when I look at you, you have such a broad smile. How on earth do you do it? What is the mantra? To which Arnold says that, you know, every time I'm working out, I realize this rep is going to make me better. So the pain with a smile, if you can add pain plus smile equals to super happiness. So my request to all of you is people to go for workout, because that's something which is very important. As I have got some more time and as I love to talk, I'm going to talk about the second thing that lights up my day. The second thing has to be books. Now, I love to read books. And this latest book that I'm reading about the library at midnight is such an amazing book. One of the reasons why I picked up reading is because it makes you imaginative. And this particular book talks about a lady going into multiple lives. At times we are so upset with our life and we want something else. And when you get something else, how does it feel? Do you really want it? So if you are looking forward for an interesting read, The Midnight Library is the book. But before you read the book, do go for your workout. Over to the rock star Arushi Kapoor.
Thank you, Abu. One of the two things that I light up my day is something we have in common, which is working out. And for me, instead of books, it's plants. So I'm happy to share that common interest with you. All right, now I will go on to a guest, which is Jatin Khatri. Jatin, if we could have you on the virtual stage, I'll tell you the topic.
Okay, yes.
Right. So Jatin, when was the last time you felt fireworks? Guess, Jatin. When was the last time you felt fireworks? Guess, Jatin.
Okay, so I just need to start speaking on that. Is it?
Right.
Okay, yes. So first of all, thank you. And for the last time I felt fireworks inside me, that was the time when I was, listening to the rock metal music. And that was my favorite genre of music. So basically, I love music, and the kind of artists that I listen to usually, pump energy into me. So that's not very specific. That's very subjective thing for me, first of all, because not many people like music and not many people like the genre of music that I like. But for personally, me being, I like genre of metal and soft rock, and basically the music by A.R. Rahman. So whenever I listen to that's my mood, and you want to listen to A.R. Rahman, Kun Kun, and all the works of the locals. Like the Mam Khan is also an artist. So that's a really subjective thing, but I love to listen to music from the artists that inspire me. So that is the thing which puts fireworks into me. So yes.
That's wonderful, Jatin. Thank you for participating. Music indeed, for some people it brings a certain kind of peace. For others, it lights fireworks. So that's the beauty of music. All right. Now we have another guest by the name of Jatin. So I would like to request Jatin to come on the virtual stage.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. So apparently Disneyland's logo is the happiest place on earth. What, according to Jatin, is the happiest place on earth?
Thank you, Toastmaster Arushi. As soon as you mentioned Disneyland, I imagined mice. And it's been a couple of months I've been battling mice in my house. I bought that trap and on which you put some food and mice comes to eat it and they get trapped. So that has not been working for me. I understand I'm deviating from the topic, but yeah, I'm just kind of trying to converge from mice to Disneyland to the happiest place on earth. I think the happiest place on earth for me would be college. Yeah, college was a good time. During college, I spent more time on the basketball court than in my classroom. So that was beautiful. So yeah, I think under the hoop would be my happiest place, where my teammate would pass me the ball and I would score. In fact, if you've seen the documentary Alma Matters, has any of you seen that documentary Alma Matters? So I'm there in that documentary and I'm right there under the hoop. It was a daunting task to win that championship, but I think I hit the nail on its head when we won that tournament. It's pretty cool. I had a really good time in college. I remember people going for examinations and I was practicing 3-pointers. So yeah, there you go. I think I did a good job of coming from mice to the court. Back to you, Toastmaster Arushi.
Thank you, Jatin. Thank you for enriching us with your experiences. Now I will go on to the next participant, which is our friend from the neighboring country with who we are having the meeting with, Alif Ehsan. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right.
You're absolutely right, Toastmaster Aish.
Okay, all right. So the topic for you today is the world would be a better place with dash. Toastmaster Alif Ehsan. The world would be a better place with dash. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Think of a world with friendship. Think of a world that says bonding. Think of a world with no war, only friendship, helping each other out. If one country is in trouble, then the rest of the country will help rather than seeking advantage. Or think of a world where there are no boundaries. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the world will be a better place if there were no boundaries. We, in the last 1700s till 1800s, we were together. India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, everything was together. And I think that's a good time. And the bonding is still between us. That's the reason. Today, Gulshan Toastmasters Club and South Delhi Toastmaster Clubs are having a joint meeting. So I have the question to our table topic master. Do you believe in a world of peace?
Absolutely, yes.
So that's the world I want to live in, the world of peace. And I'm sure everyone here wants to live that. Do you? If yes, raise your hand. Over to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aisha.
Thank you, Alif. I think that was wonderful. I actually can't think of a better response to that than what you gave. Wonderful. All right. Now, moving on to our next participant. I see Imran Hossain. Are you there? All right. In that case, I'll move on to the next participant, Utkarsh. Are you there, Utkarsh?
Yes.
All right. Utkarsh, now, would you rather be a professional athlete or an astronaut? Toastmaster Utkarsh, would you rather be a professional athlete or an astronaut? Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arushi. I think the choice is very easy for me. I would rather be an astronaut than a professional athlete because, as per my understanding, professional athletes have a very limited career jump. They have a very limited professional span of time that they have. But astronauts, they work even when they are retired. I also have a certain liking towards understanding the stars, exploring the universe. So I feel like being an astronaut will actually fit into my personality much better. And I'm also a geek, so I'm no good I was never competitive in my school. I was never competitive in sports. I was not actually very good. The best sport that I used to play was table tennis. So I feel like I won't be a good professional athlete, but I'll surely be a very good astronaut. So I think that's an easy choice for me. Astronaut, I will choose. Thank you.
Thank you, Utkarsh. I hope you take Virus's pen with you when you go to the space. All right. Who's next? Because I can't see anybody's name, I think I'll have to pick up people and call them out. All right, we have somebody who would like to participate. That is Bharat. All right, Bharat, what is the most important lesson that life has taught you? I can safely call you Toastmaster now. Toastmaster Bharat Gupta. What is the most important lesson that life has taught you so far?
Thank you so much, Arushi, first of all, for introducing me. And I think the most important lesson that the life has taught me as of now is whatever happens, happens for a reason, and that too, it's a good reason. And like I can say this from my personal experiences that like initially I was preparing for IIT JEE, and it didn't turn out to be as planned. I had made plans in my mind, I'll go to this IIT and then I'll eventually end up in this country and be a software engineer or any such, maybe XYZ professional. But now if I look back and think about it, I think I'm very happy where I am as of now, and I don't regret any of the decisions and or any of the movements in my life as of now. So I abide by the rule, whatever happens for a reason, and it's always good. And that's the reason why I say that that's the one thing. Yeah. I know I'm short on time, but this is my first time taking a table topic. But I think like I'm trying my level best here. So thank you.
All right, wonderful, Bharat. I think I also realized that, but you're too young and you realized it at the right time. I kudos to you for that, and thanks for sharing it. Timer, do we have more time for one more?
We don't have, no, we are exceeded the 15 minutes limit. We won't be able
Okay, all right. With that, we'll end the table topics section, and just would like to share something. I've had the opportunity to actually visit Dhaka in my life before. I was there in 2015, I think. It was for work. And I also did visit Gulshan on that trip, and I was there. So just wanted to convey that to my friends from the Gulshan Club. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to our general evaluator, the very awesome, the very amazing Toastmaster Ojasya.
Arushi, you can ask for the poll.
Sorry, my bad. Utkarsh, is everybody qualified?
Yes, everybody is qualified.
All right. I'd like to request everybody to vote.
Just give me a minute and I'm almost there.
All right.
Like it was first time for Bharat. It is first time for me. So I'm just manually typing things.
Right. So it is Bharat's first meeting as a Toastmaster. So glad to have you attend this meeting, Bharat, and well done on your table topics today.
Thank you so much, Arushi.
So it's 99% completed. In a second, it's going to be there with everyone.
Thank you so much, Abu, for taking this role up at the last moment. And as always, you know, coming to our rescue. I would request everybody to please vote. Abu, do we have a majority of votes in?
Absolutely. I'm going to close the voting now.
All right. Now it's time for me to hand it over to our general evaluator, the very talented Ojasya Agarwal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arushi. Hello, everyone. We are back with our report. So firstly, we will start with the evaluation section where the evaluators will give the feedback to respective speakers. And starting with evaluator number 1, Abu, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Qazi Nafiz Musharraf. Over to Toastmaster Abu.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ojasya. It was definitely an honor to go ahead and do this evaluation for the gentleman here. What I really liked was, you know, it is so evident a good personality is somebody who takes care of his background. When we notice the speaker had a background of his club. So that is amazing. I really like that. The second thing that I liked was your video was clear and your torso was visible. So great job on that from a technical perspective. Okay. I also would like to appreciate the technique that you used. You started with your introduction and you went ahead with a storytelling as to how there was this project for Intercontinental. You used the power of 3. You gave 3 situations, and with the help of 3 situations, you help people understand the power of leadership. So great job on that. Now let's see, how can we go ahead and make this a 5-star speech? One of the things that I would like to suggest you, what you can definitely take care of is, whenever you ask questions, you can always go ahead and tell people, you can either raise hands or you can put it in the chat option. So what happens is the people are aware as to how they need to follow. My second suggestion for you would be, whenever you want to ask questions, okay, there is something called, if you want people to agree with you, you just have to raise your hand. And if you ask a question, okay, people, how many of you feel this is autocratic leadership style? If you raise your hand, the others will also follow the lead. My third feedback for you is, whenever you speak, you are going forward and backwards, forward and backward. And it can be a little distracting. So if you can keep yourself stationary, that would be awesome. So in a nutshell, what amazing things that you did was great background, wonderful speech, and amazing use of gestures. What could have been better was asking audience to raise hand and use of emoticons, how to ask questions raising hand, and going and stopping that particular going forwards and backwards. My personal takeaway from your speech will be you cannot go ahead and define leadership. Leadership is something that at every stage, your life will ask you to be a different you. So are you ready to be a different you all the time? Over to the amazing Ujasya Agarwal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abu. Now we will move on to our evaluator number 2, which is who is Toastmaster Kamrul Hassan, who will be evaluating Toastmaster IC Pandey. Over to you, Toastmaster Kamrul Hassan.
Thank you, General Evaluator. It's really great honor for me to evaluate our great speaker, IC Pandey. Yeah, IC Pandey on topic altitudes depend on attitude. See, altitude. Actually, we have to point our figure here. We're here or we're here. So the speaker, IC Pandey, he tried to explain through connecting the story, and he also tried to connect the audience by giving example and through story. That was really, I like his speech. That's really, I just can say, wow, it was really wonderful because really he tried to justify. And it was really another important thing is it's really motivational. Why motivational? Because if you fix our altitude through attitude, it means always through positive thinking, through positive attention, expectation, through not and remove from daunting. So like Jack Ma, I want to give one example. It's very important for that when Jack Ma tried to for Harvard 10 times and he got failed, but he thought that yes, something is good for is waiting for me, and he tried, and he fixed his altitude, and through attitude. So that's my speaker tried to explain through the story, and it was really amazing, and just voice was very clear. Voice clarity was there, and audience connection was there, and but yes, there I have some feedback. Some good speech can be more. Better speech can be best. So I missed something here. That's asking question was missing, and another thing I missed, that is pause. Asif Pandey was continuously delivered his speech, but he didn't give the pause, and pause is very necessary because the audience should give some time to connect to get the speech. So that's two I have got from his speech. So to sum up, I can say that's it was very wonderful topic. It was connecting through story. Then it was informative, and it was also motivational. If he just added the recommendation, I think that is his go in the next level. So that's all. Back to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kamrul. Now we will move to Evaluator 3, who is Toastmaster Nemeth, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Azad. Over to you, Toastmaster Nemeth.
Right. Thank you, Toastmaster Ojasya. How many of you know of Tenzing Norgay? Have you heard of him? Well, let me tell you, I am not that fortunate to have ever seen him alive. Neither am I fortunate to have ever done a mountaineering trek myself. But let me say this today, that I was very lucky and blessed that I witnessed Toastmaster Azad's speech, who delivered it with such class and finesse, because today he actually took me on a trip to a mountain. I could feel the shrills and thrills of climbing a mountain as he did. Let me say what I loved the most about the speaker. Number one, the speaker's throw of words were very well spaced, which means the rate at which the speaker was speaking was well suited to the kind of speech he was delivering. The speaker was not too fast, which means he was not distracting the audience, but had a slow to medium rate. For example, when he said, "How many of you have climbed a mountain?" It was exactly the space between the words and the way he was throwing it was very well suited. And what it did was that this gave the speaker extra attention and did not confuse and distract the audience. The second best thing about the speaker was the speaker used the power of pauses very well to his advantage. He started off with a question and then gave enough time to receive a response. For example, when he said, "How many of you have climbed a mountain?" And then he gave a pause to listen to a response. When he said, "Climb uphill or downhill," and he gave a pause. There is power in silence, my friend, and the use of rightly spaced pauses actually led to effective communication of thoughts. The third best thing is that the speaker varied the volume of his tone well enough, and he sounded more like a conversationalist. For example, "Rising every time we fall." It was alluring and exciting. The speaker was using his volume very well. And what did this was that the audience was always engaged and we could never take our ears away from the speaker. A couple of recommendations would be that the speaker could have been a little more heartfelt and expressive. I felt the speaker was speaking more from the mind and less from the heart. For example, when the speaker was talking about escaping falling down, he should have used an expressive voice and expressive face. A solution to this could be maybe the next time when you practice a speech, consider practicing in front of your family member and friends so they can feel the emotion and ask them whether they feel it or not. The second point could be that the modulation of tone and pitch was slightly missing, which means there was some lack of intonation. The speech was more or less like this, whereas I feel the speech should have been more up and down. For example, "The mighty river Ganges." Except for volume, the speaker should have considered modulation of more parameters. To conclude, there are three commendations: throw of words, power of pauses, volume, and recommendation would be to be more expressive and to have good modulation. Overall, the objectives of the speech were met, which was to play with your vocal variety. To conclude, the speaker was sharp, astute with his words, powerful with his personality, and endearing with his persona. In words of the speaker, life is like climbing a mountain. Rise every time we fall. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimit. Now, I would like to call Evaluator 4, Toastmaster Masood Rahman, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Samir. Over to you, Toastmaster Masood Rahman.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for calling me again. Toastmaster Samir Rawat, small, great steps. Really, it was wonderful. Your hand gesture, your clarity, your comfort zone, and audience awareness. That was really awesome. And at first, you shared the storytelling of childhood memories. That was really awesome because you grabbed the attention to the audience. So it was really positive side. Number two, when your friend was suicide moment, that time your feeling was so congenial to us. It was also awesome. And number three, you have a powerful voice, so that's why your speech is paid off. And number four, during your speech, you gave a powerful message. And as a result, we are very much connected, and we are really comfort zone. So good speech can be better speech can be the best. So Toastmaster Samir Anwat, if you allow me, I have some recommendations for you. Number one, during your speech, I did not get enough eye contact. Sometimes your eye contact is here and there. So I think that it was disturbed sometimes. Number two, vocal variety. Though you have a powerful voice, but sometimes I think that it can be changed sometimes. Because when your friend was suicide, that time you could say, "Wow, I'm undone. I'm really undone because my friend was suicided." So it was. I think that it will be attractive if you work this sector. And number 3, if your speech could stand up in your position, I think that it would be more better. So I think that in a nutshell, your call for actions, transitions, and increased boost organic visibility, and you also increased visibility. So overall, your speech was awesome, wonderful. I loved very much. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Masood Rahman. Now I would like to ask the timer, are all the evaluators qualified?
Yes, I'll just say everybody is qualified.
Okay, so we can start the polling for the best evaluator. Abu, has everyone voted?
Yes.
Okay. So now I would like to start the second section of evaluation, auxiliary role player section, where auxiliary role players will come on the stage with their reports and will tell how was the meeting and what were the things which they found out were good and what were the things which can be improved on. So first of all, I would like to call the grammarian of today's meeting, Toastmaster Payal. Yes.
Thank you very much for calling on me to have my present to present the report on the grammarian. First of all, I'm sorry because it was really disappointing for you that I couldn't be connected through the camera at first, but later I managed to be connected through my mobile phone. It was a really a great pleasure for me to listen to all these great speakers, and I know that some of you guys have done very well. First of all, I would like to give the word of the day or the idiom of the day report. It is very nice that some of the members have used the word of the day and the idiom of the day. At least 3 people used the idiom and the word of the day.
Toastmaster Payal, you're not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you're not audible.
Okay, thank you. It was really great that some of the speakers used the language to a very efficient way. I would like to give you some of the good use of the language. The first prepared speaker, when you really hit the nail on the head when you said great leaders are born with great talent. It's so true. Then some of the great expressions I have come with during the meeting. Cultivating positive attitude. It was really a great expression. Lofty hills, alluring, fragile surface. These are some excellent use of language. And when Toastmaster Ajad compared life with the mountain, it was really a great expression. It was a simile. it was really wonderful. And another alliteration was used by someone, that was greatest glory. It was excellent. Some of the expressions that attracted my attention, like electrified 45 minutes of the recess time by TM Samir. Then some other expressions like in retrospect, shattered. These are really goodies of language. And another idea that TM Alif came with, world with no boundaries, really excellent. It was really excellent. Now I'd like to give you some of the places where some improvements could be made. One speaker said it influence instead of saying it influences. Then one recommendation about the pronunciation. Someone said subconscious instead of subconscious. And another place where improvement could be made, dedicated in his responsibility instead of dedicated to his responsibility. So overall, it was a great meeting, and it was really nice it was really daunting for me to play this role. Thank you. That's all for me. Over to General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Payal. Now we will move on to our next auxiliary role player, who is the R counter of today's meeting, Toastmaster Anju. Over to you, Toastmaster Anju.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Today was a pretty eventful day. Speaker 1, TM Kaji Nafiz Musharraf, he used 8 unnecessary words. Speaker 2, TM IC Pandey, he has...
Mr. Ronju, your video is off. Please turn on your video.
Am I audible?
It's okay now.
Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you, General Evaluator. Today was a pretty eventful day. Here is my R counter report. Speaker 1, Toastmaster Kaji Nafiz Musharraf, he has used 8 unnecessary words. Speaker 2, Toastmaster IC Pandey, he has used 4 unnecessary words. Speaker 3, AK Azad, he has used 4 unnecessary words. Speaker 4, Samir Rawat, he has used 6 unnecessary words. For evaluator portion, Toastmaster Abu Shadab has used 3 unnecessary words. Evaluator 2, MD Kamrul Hassan has used 12 unnecessary words. Evaluator 3, Nimit Pradhan, used only 1 unnecessary words. Evaluator 4, Masudur Rahman, used 4 unnecessary words. During table topic speeches, Toastmaster Abu Shadab has used no unnecessary words. Toastmaster Jatin Khatri has used 8 unnecessary words, and another guest Toastmaster Jatin has used 8 unnecessary words. Mr. Toastmaster Alif Hassan has used 2 unnecessary words. Speaker 5, Toastmaster Utkarsh has used 4 unnecessary words, and Toastmaster Varun Gupta has used 6 unnecessary words. This is my counter report. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Now we would like to move on to our next auxiliary role player, who is the timer. So I would like to call Toastmaster Utkarsh on the stage. Over to you, Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jasya. Now I will present my timers report. I hope everybody can see my screen. So Toastmaster Amit took 1 minute 45 seconds, which was within the time. Toastmaster AK Azad took 5 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster of the day, Sharmin, took 4 minutes and 30 seconds. General Evaluator Ojasya, for his introduction, took 1 minute. Joke Master Mega took 1 minute 50 seconds. Toastmaster Ranju took 1 minute out of the 2 minutes, and Toastmaster Ojasya for the grammarian report took 1 minute, and Toastmaster Payal for his grammarian report took 4 minutes and 45 seconds out of the 3 minute. For the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Nafiz took 7 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster IC Pandi was within time. He completed in 6 minutes and 54 seconds. Toastmaster AK Azad took 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Toastmaster Sameer took 7 minutes 27 seconds. For the individual evaluations, Toastmaster Abu took 2 minutes and 23 seconds, which was within the time. The green card, Toastmaster Nazrul Islam took 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Toastmaster Nimit took 3 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Mazood took 3 minutes. And for coming to the table topic, it was completed around in 16 minutes. Toastmaster Abu took 1 minute 52 seconds. Guest Jatin Khatri took 1 minute 15 seconds. Guest Jatin took 1 minute 45 seconds. Toastmaster Alif took 1 minute 42 seconds. Imran Hussain took 1 minute 55 seconds. I took 1 minute and 20 seconds. Toastmaster Bharat took 1 minute 30 seconds. So I would like, one of the things that I noticed was the transition between the speakers could have been a little better to save time, and just to give a tip to all the speakers to be within time, practice a lot while you are preparing, and try to wrap up, try to think about your conclusions whenever you see the green card. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Jasya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh. Now, are all the auxiliary role players qualified?
So, Toastmaster Payal is not qualified. Apart from that, everybody is qualified.
Okay, so we can have the polling then.
Sure, I'll quickly just remove Toastmaster's file name, file's name.
Has everybody voted, Abu?
Yes.
Okay. So let me start with my report as a general evaluator. But firstly, starting with my report, I would like to inform you all that the role of general evaluator was assigned to me a week before, which shows the meticulous nature of PP education and sincereness toward this club and the meeting. So great job on that. Now coming to the meeting. The meeting started exactly at 7 p.m. Sergeant in Arms TM Amit opened the meeting with the mission statement of Toastmasters International. He also mentioned about the do's and don'ts of the meeting, which helped in setting a tone of the meeting. The president of Gulshan Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Azad, told us about how we are united under one name, that is Toastmasters International. He also mentioned the achievements of both the clubs, which motivated the members of both the clubs. Then came the TMOD Toastmaster Sharmin. She was well planned and the role was fabulously delivered, starting from the history of the quote of knowledge is power and then the importance of knowledge. And then she went on to explain how we can convert the potential energy of knowledge to kinetic energy by applying force, and that force is practice. Overall, it was wonderfully delivered. Then we had a speech section. I think all the speeches were well rehearsed and well mentored. Then we had the section table topics. I liked the way Toastmaster Arushi firstly encouraged everyone to participate in the session, and she gave an equal chance to both the guests and the members. She even gave her closing comments after every speech. That was a fabulous job done by Toastmaster Arushi. Moving on to the last section of the meeting, which was evaluation. Firstly, I would like to say, I think all the evaluators have hit the nail on the head by mentioning exact improvement areas and the best areas of speech. So firstly, I would like to move on to Evaluator 1, Toastmaster Abu. He followed a CRC approach, and in the end, he mentioned the takeaway. So overall, his speech, I like the speech very nice. Moving on to Evaluator 2, I like the way how he connected with the speaker, and it was wonderfully delivered. He was able to give his emotions to the speaker's speech. The only one thing which I would like to mention is he could have mentioned the takeaway as well from the speech. Evaluator 3, Toastmaster Nimit. I think there are very less evaluators who do the audience engagement because evaluators have less time. But Toastmaster Nimit started the speech by asking a question to the audience. So that was very great. I think one thing could have been improved is when you said that the tone could have been improved, you could have given an example which would have given the speaker much better way to improve himself. Evaluator number 4, Toastmaster Masood Rahman. He followed a CRC approach, and only thing which I found was missing was a takeaway. All in all the evaluators were good and they did a great job. Moving on to the auxiliary role players, the grammarian mentioned the good usages of expression, words, and I was in awe when he mentioned the alliteration, simile, metaphors. When he mentioned that, I was flabbergasted because I didn't know what did they mean, and he used them, and I liked the way he was so diligent in looking everyone's speech and mentioning this alliteration and similes. So kudos to you on that. The only thing which I thought could have been improved is when he mentioned word of the day and idiom of the day, he could have named the people who have used them. That motivates the people in further meetings. Moving on to the aha counter. So overall, the delivery was great. I only have one point. Instead of mentioning 13 unnecessary words or 12 unnecessary words, he could have used only 5+ unnecessary words, because that helps the speaker or the role player in improving himself, and that gives a better motivation to him. Timer, I think it was a great presentation, presenting over Excel and doing the job diligently and mentioning everyone's time. So I think it was a great job on that, done on that. And also he mentioned comments and tips. So it was a very great gesture of him that he mentioned that. So thank you for that. Now I think overall the meeting was great. And at the end, I would like to congratulate all the members of South Delhi Toastmaster Club and Gulshan Toastmaster Club in making this meeting a success, which once looked a daunting task, but now everything flowed very seamlessly. So congratulations, all of you. Over to you, Toastmaster Sharmin.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ojasaya Agarwal, for your wonderful evaluation of the total meeting. So we are almost at the end of the program. And so today's theme had been knowledge and its practice. We had both. We had gathered knowledge as well as we had the chance to practice it in this session. So turning our knowledge into practice means showing the ability to apply our learning to a situation, problem, experience, or event. So we have done that very successfully. And there is a big difference between absorbing information and putting what we have learned into practice. Without doing the later, the training we have received will go to waste. So Toastmaster International, we see the platform where we can learn and practice at a time, and so thus turn our knowledge into an effective knowledge. And it's wonderful to share our learning beyond borders with our neighbors. And this exchange is invaluable indeed. Thank you, South Delhi Toastmaster Club and Gulshan Toastmaster Club for this wonderful initiative. And this had been a great experience for all of us, isn't it? Thank you, all the participants and guests, for making this event successful. This And that's all from my side for today. Now I will hand over the session to the president of South Delhi Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Nimit, to conclude the session. Over to you, Toastmaster Nimit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharmin, for that awesome job. Now, I want everyone to do this, all right? So everybody from South Delhi Toastmasters, please unmute and clap. Only South Delhi Toastmasters. Please, all of us clap. Now let me say why. I would like to express my deepest gratitude, and heartfelt thanks to Gulshan Toastmasters Club. Firstly, because they accepted our invite and they hosted this joint meeting. There was some time difference as well, but they agreed to push it to 7 p.m. our time, and there, a lot of inconvenience and things happened. But the fact that they agreed to host this meeting is in itself a great gesture, and I thank you for that. And let me also say that all of your members, your role players today, they all were very professional, and the quality of the meeting was elevated. So I must say that personally, hosting this joint meeting with Gulshan Toastmasters Club was an enriching experience for me, and I can be positive that it was an enriching experience for my whole club. So once again, thank you for giving us so many teachings. I must echo Toastmaster Azad's word, president of Gulshan Toastmasters, when he said, we are all separated by boundaries, but we are united by Toastmasters. I mean, I had no idea. I've never been to Bangladesh. How many of you ever thought that you could meet friends in Bangladesh over a Toastmaster meeting? I never. So I completely echo with Toastmaster Azad's word. We are all separated by boundaries, but Toastmaster is one platform which can even unite us no matter where we are. And the learnings that it has given us, be it public speaking, be it leadership, is, infinite. Today, Toastmaster Amit, VP head of South Delhi Toastmasters, was also commenting that he has received a very good, he's been appreciated at his workplace. And he was giving a big, a major chunk of that credit to Toastmasters, despite, his family life, despite his multiple roles in our club. So this is the power of Toastmasters, my friend. Let that not go away from your life, and always keep contributing. Having said that, I must also personally like to appreciate and highlight the efforts of one person, one of the 7 pillars of our club, Toastmaster Amit, because he was one person who has hosted this meeting all by himself. I have no shame in saying that. His efforts were this big, and mine efforts probably will get lost anywhere. So he has done everything, and today's meeting has been possible because of our VP head. So Toastmaster Amit, thank you so much. Such a joint meeting is something that all of us appreciate, and there is so much to take away from this. So it is all possible because of your efforts, and I would like to bring this to everybody's attention. Now, having said that, I think it's also time that, I think best anchor voting has not been initiated. Is that right, Abu?
Yes.
So let's vote and Abu, if you can initiate the poll for best anchor.
Yeah, everybody is qualified.
Thank you.
Let's do this quickly, friends. Right. So while we all do that, I also have the names of winners of each section. While certificates will be out in the WhatsApp group, and we'll communicate to you. But let me acknowledge the efforts of all participants, and especially the winners of each section. Now, the best speaker award actually goes to, again, somebody whom I always expected to win, Toastmaster Samir Rawat, for his impeccable speech. Great job, Samir. Best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Alif Hassan. Again, very good job with your table topic section. Best auxiliary role player award goes to Toastmaster Utkarsh Dorani, who again did a great job, and the way he presented his report was something we can all learn. And best evaluator award goes to actually me. So thank you for the recognition, and thank you so much. Abu, let me see what's up in my chat. Best anchor award goes to, again, an EC member from South Delhi Toastmasters. She's none other than Arushi Kapoor. Great job, Arushi. So Arushi is used to winning awards. She's also our first winner in the evaluation contest and representing our club at the area level. So thank you so much, Arushi, for taking the club name high. Right. Having said that, I think it's time. It's time that we have sort of crossed our So thank you once again, everyone, for spending 2 hours in this meeting. absolute pleasure hosting you all. I really look forward to meeting my friends from Gulshan Toastmaster Club once again. And to SDTM, I shall see you next week. But before we go, it's a customary thing that we at our club do. Before we go, we take a selfie. So all we have to do is we have to have our video cameras on, and there is Toastmaster Abu will take a quick selfie. But again, a rule is that we have to do a signature pose, and I will request the president of Gulshan Toastmasters Club to make any pose as he wishes, and everybody on this video chat will copy you. So Toastmaster Azad, the power is in your hands. We cannot hear you, but yes, we can see you. So you make any pose as you feel. All right, all of us do that. Toastmaster Abu. Perfect. Thank you so much, friends. Good night. See you soon. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.